Hi everyone and Hari Om. Today I'll be reading extracts from a book, Four Chapters of Freedom, that is based on Yoga Sutras of Sage Patanjali. The eight stages are commonly known as Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi, social code, personal code, sitting pose, control of prana, sense withdrawal, concentration, meditation, and superconsciousness. Then comes mind, nature of mind, conscious, subconscious, and superconscious. Unconscious, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. Then psychic or supernormal powers, sublime, psychiatric system, and etc. So the first point is five kinds of vrittis. The fivefold modifications of mind are right knowledge, wrong knowledge, fancy, sleep, and memory. The sources of right knowledge are Pratyaksh, Praman, Anuman. Pratyaksh, Anuman, Agam. And that is right knowledge can be gained from three sources: sense evidence, inference, and testimony. Sometimes our senses deceive us. For example, the mirage produced in a desert due to hot air. In this case, there is actually no water, but our eyes make us believe the appearance of water to be a reality. We can become aware of our illusion if we try to get to the water. Anuman inference becomes a source of right knowledge when it is based on sound reasoning. So, first is Pratyaksh. Example of water in desert, and we can become aware of our illusion if we try to get to the water. Reach the place and see that there is water or it was just an illusion. And second comes inference, that is based on sound reasoning. Third is agam, testimony. It is useful in such circumstances where no sense evidence is available. Here we have to depend simply on what others say. But first, he should have right knowledge himself, and secondly, he should be able to impart that knowledge without any mistake. Next, foundation of Abhyas. There are three conditions for the practice of Abhyas. It should be practiced with complete faith, it should continue uninterrupted, and it should go on for quite a long time. The word Nairantarya is very important. It means practicing without interruption. The next important point is one should like sadhana to the highest extent. Just as a mother becomes disturbed if her child does not return home on time, so the aspirant should become disturbed if he does not do his daily practices. Be it satsang, be it sitting in meditation, be it sitting for jap. It has to be regular. Regularity is prime important. And the humbleness is even the guru, if he repeats, that is known to the seeker sits humbly to listen to that. Diverting entities are many. It's only Guru who can tell that one should not miss sadhana and satsang at any cost. even if the seeker has realized or has attained some stages. So next is lower form of Vairagya. Vairagya is the final assessment of everything that one has undergone in life. One should completely give up rag dvesh, which cause the subconscious agony. This is explained very well in Bhagavad Gita, which says that an individual can be free in this life itself, even while performing the various necessary acts in life. It's not necessary to leave the family responsibilities and society if one can only detach himself from the good or bad effects of actions. Next. Past merits needed for asampragyanata samadhi. Usually samadhi is attainable through faith, by courage, memory and higher form of intelligence. ये शूरवीरों का मार्ग है. जाको हरे रंग लागो इस जुग में सो कहियत है सूरा. It is through these different methods, according to the intensity of application, the urge that the student can attain samadhi sooner or later. The great Saint Gyaneshwar and similarly Raman Maharishi of Arunachal, who attained samadhi when they were in their teens. Other obstructions. Pain, depression, shaking of the body and unrhythmic breathing are accompanying symptoms of mental distractions. Removal of obstacles, one-pointedness. This is very, very important. One-pointedness on Om or the photograph of the Guru or the light of a candle. So, those who keep changing on the methods, techniques, and symbols in meditation every now and then will suffer from obstacles. Those who are serious about realization, about attaining the deeper stages of consciousness, should understand this sutra clearly. For example, in sadhana known as tantra, many symbols are used, ignoring principle of ekatva abhyas, and we find that many practitioners are suffering as a result. Next, about pranas. There are major 5 pranas, and that is Pran, Apan, Saman, Udan, Vyan. Pran operates the region between diaphragm and throat. Apan operates in the pelvic region between navel and perineum and sustains the functions of the kidneys, bladder, bowels, excretory and reproductive organs. Saman operates between the navel and diaphragm. Udan operates in the sensory organs, movements of legs, arms, neck and activities of the brain. It also assists the activities of pranas, maintains pranic link between heart and brain and provides energy to the minor pranas. Vyan pervades the whole body and acts as a reserve energy. It also regulates muscular movement. Among the minor pranas, Nag causes belching and hiccups. Kurm helps blinking of the eyes and keeps them healthy. Krikara causes yawning, hunger and thirst and aids in respiration. Devdutt causes sneezing and also helps in respiration. Dhananjay pervades the whole body and assists the muscles, arteries, veins and skin. It is the last prana to leave the body after death and is responsible for decomposition of the body. There are n number of nadis also, 72,000 nadis are there, which has to be purified for chitta vritti nirodha and higher powers, higher stages. Next comes fruits of meditation, a very beautiful example, one of my favorite examples. There is an interesting example. When Swami Vivekananda was in the USA, he used to borrow several books from a library every day and return them the next day. The librarian, wondering if so many books could be read in a single day, wanted to test the Swami. But to his astonishment, he noticed that Swami remembered every word and line he had read. This is how a yogi has control over the finest and largest. Next, oneness of chitta with object. Sampatti, samapatti is a state of complete absorption of the mind which is free from vrittis into the three types of objects as cognizer, cognized, and senses. Drishta, darshan, drishya, just as polished crystal takes the color of that on which it rests. One cannot go into the state of meditation unless mind is clear. If the mind is clear, the state of meditation can come as easily as sleep comes to an ordinary person. When you practice Trataka meditation on an object like a shivling, vrittis diminish slowly, and ultimately there is sudden flash of consciousness when the mind fuses completely with the object. The three facets of object, such as name, form, and meaning, can be experienced separately. There are six types of fusions called respectively Savitark, Nirvitark, Savichar, Nirvichar, Anand, and Asmita. Then comes Nirvitark Samadhi. Nirvitark Samadhi is Samadhi without argumentation. Memory becomes absolutely free of past impressions and associations. Other forms of Samadhi. The process of reflection has no language. In Savichar, the mind alternates in time, space, idea. There is no fusion. Also in Savichar, there are three things: time, space, and idea. Lastly, to express and define, we need words as humans. To recognize a thing and differentiate it from another. Basically, it is said that language of God is silence. So, how do we attain that? There are different processes, and it is said the gap between two thoughts is silence, and one should be able to perceive it, attain it, catch it, hold it. So, God's language is silence. Thank you. Hari Om.